Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Talk.Therapy.Heal. As we have been saying excitedly, we're season 3. Season 3, this is going to be episode number 3.
Yeah.
And guess what we're going to be speaking about tonight? Love bombing. That is the topic of tonight's episode.
Okay, so before we start talking about or digging deep into love bombing, we want to always help you all understand where we're going and where we're coming from with these topics. So I'm gonna define love for you according to Google. Love is a feeling of strong attraction, affection, emotional attachment, or concern for a person, animal, or thing. It is expressed in many forms, encompassing a range of strong and positive emotional and mental states, from the most sublime virtue, good habit, deepest interpersonal affection to the simplest pleasure.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
That's
It
a
is.
mouthful.
Yeah.
So I wonder, what does love mean to y'all? Because I mean, reading this, it seems like it, like you said, a mouthful, but it can span in so many different directions. Like it can be, I feel like love is an expansive word.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's a very expansive word.
It is.
So what does love mean to y'all?
First, I'll say, for me, it's a feeling
Mm-hmm.
and it's a choice.
That's good.
Action words. It's an action word, right? It's
So
a feeling
and
and it's a choice.
Okay.
But foundationally for me, it's 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4-8. And it says, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It's not puffed up, right? It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres.
Mm-hmm.
Love never fails.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Wow.
Yeah.
When we were asking the question of what love means to you, and I've read 1 Corinthians 13 before, but as I was thinking about what love means to me, it was trust. That's the word that came up for me. Love means trust to me. If I can trust you, yeah, that trust piece. But in hearing that, all I'm hearing is that's who Jesus is.
Yeah.
That's who Jesus is.
Yeah.
He is all of that. That's
Yeah.
who God is. He is all of that
Mm-hmm.
and more. To truly be loved. So it sounds like to me that it's safe to say that we are all loved.
Mm-hmm.
We just may not know it.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow. Well, I will share with me what love means to me is iron sharpeneth iron, safety and peace.
Yeah.
That's what love is to me. Had of course grow to that point.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the learning in a mature state, having that I pour into you, you pour into me type. You know, I encourage you, you encourage. Yes, reciprocal. That's what love is to me. And I found myself that I don't judge people that are not able to do that for me. However, that's what I surround myself, as we said in the last episode, surround myself with.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I had a list of things, and for me, love is not just one thing; it's a group of things, actions that an individual may do. And I had kindness, forgiveness, reciprocity, balance, war. I had protection, being sensitive, communicating, emotions, And then just intimacy, and intimacy at a deeper level than just physical intimacy, making that mindfulness connection with a person that you have genuine love for.
Wow.
Oh, I love that. Nobody really took it to a surface level. It's so deep. Love to me is so deep. So let's talk about love bombing, right? You know, the too much, too soon, fireworks type of love that leaves you dizzy but drained. It feels like love.
Dizzy but drained.
Yes. Feels like love, but it's usually manipulation.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So have you all ever experienced love bombing or seen it in action? Like I can't necessarily say that I've been love bombed. And I was trying my hardest to think back. I was like, have I ever been love bombed? But no, I feel like I've grown into love with the person and not that too much too soon type of thing that love bombing is.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I have.
What was that like?
What was that like? I mean, can you?
So that too much, too soon, fireworks type of love that leaves you dizzy but drained.
All of that.
Really?
But I didn't know I was drained.
Oh.
I didn't know I was drained. But situation. No, in dating, just dating. I thought I met my Mr. Right. The initial stages of the relationship was he was everywhere I was. He consistently gave affection, consistently provided encouragement, consistently provided financially, consistently was there, was like there, like in my face. And I was okay with it in my face, but consistently present. But the moment that I made a decision to do something opposite of where he thought I should be going or the direction in which we, you know what I mean, we're supposed to be moving, then I was everything in the book except a child of God. And that was like it started out, I would say that was in the first 2 months, 3 months, first few weeks, right, of that relationship. And sadly, I stayed in it 2 years, right, because I thought it was love.
Ooh, distorted definition of love.
I thought it was safety and protection and peace. I thought it was all of those things, patient and kind. And no, it was not.
Wow.
It was a facade. And so the moment I learned that it was not love was when, y'all, can't share that with y'all, but I'll just give this. The moment I learned that it was not love was I realized I was being drained. But that it was impacting those around me.
Okay.
Wow.
And so I saw the impact on those around me, but I couldn't see initially the impact that it had on me.
Oh, wow.
Big picture, love bombing, it messes with you, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually.
Yeah. Wow.
Truth of the matter is, as people, because we're created for connection, validation and affection are those other things that come with connection. And when things are presented that look like connection, right, that look like affection, that look like validation, and we never had it before, or we never experienced it before, then it's easy
To be love bombed.
To be love bombed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it makes me, this is the word that's coming in my head, and I hope gaslit. When somebody gaslights you. So to answer your question, for me, I didn't know what love was because I didn't see it mirrored, unfortunately, especially in a romantic type way. And so I want to say for me, because I wanted to be loved so bad that anything that presented where somebody may have liked me was love. And so that's kind of like what I went through in my earlier stages. I don't know if it's necessarily for me love bombing, probably, but gaslight now in 2025 is what comes to my head is what I believe that, you know, I was going through. You know, it's like this young lady we know we met years ago, and she always said the representative.
Yeah.
So the representative showed up and painted this pretty picture. You know, like, oh, and this, that, and the other, but then was telling other people, no, I ain't with her. That ain't my job. You know, stuff like that, you know, and it's just like, but I thought we were. And I think, let me hold it till later. But yes, I was gaslit.
Yeah. So we define love, but let's define love bombing.
Yes, please.
So it is a manipulation tactic in which someone overwhelms another with grand gestures, words, and affection to gain trust and control quickly.
Ooh, it's the quickly for me.
Quickly. You said it. You said it. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's another definition of love. Because you gave.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
when you were talking and what you were saying too, and I said this while you were talking, is that having that distorted definition of love. Like when we first started, we gave a definition of love that I feel like came from a healthy space, right? It came from a place where you know who you are. But if your blueprint of love is rooted in instability, chaos, or exploitation, love bombing feels like finally being seen, which why it makes it hard for you to feel like or know that you're drained because, oh my God, he sees me or she sees me. Like, oh my God, they're doing all of these things, all of the things that you didn't have, all of the things that didn't come along when you were growing up. Maybe you didn't get it from your foundation. And then if you did, you know, you kind of felt like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to receive. But then other people will quickly give it to you. Like we say, quickly give it to you in an attempt to gain something back for themselves.
Right.
So, but love genuinely grows steadily, right? It doesn't rush to overwhelm. And that's why I was saying for me, like, I haven't been love bombed. At least I don't think I have. I've been trying to kind of go back in my mind and see if I've ever experienced anything like that. But I feel like it's always been a genuine slow thing if I allowed it to even become a thing. I'll say that. But I never was rushed or overtaken by people's affections or words of grandeur or all of the things. I was never overtaken by that. But some of the other things that I've been looking at too, where you have people who say, oh, he loves me, but he told you he loves you after 2 weeks. He asked you to move in after 2 weeks of knowing you, buying you all these gifts, taking you places, spending all of this money on you, and you feel like this is what love is. This is what it's supposed to be because this is what I read about in the fairy tales. We're living in a fantasy world. That fantasy we create in our mind and say, this is exactly what it's supposed to be. And then, like you said, the moment you decide something different that doesn't align with that person's vision for you, it changes.
Yeah. That relationship was something else. I want to make it clear that not all intense affection is love bombing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the distinction between it is consistency, because consistency matters. And I think you said just that the long-standing growth right, of the relationship, of the love, of the connection, is an important thing. So somebody could still love you, you know what I'm saying, intensely, and be showering you with all the things. That's not always wrong, right? That's not always wrong, right? When it becomes wrong is when there's like the manipulative type tactics are happening or occurring. And it could look like, and a simple example, if someone says you are my everything and you just met them, it's like 2 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, look at, that may be the earlier stages of love bombing. Wait, it's wrong for me to say somebody's my everything or somebody's my soulmate. You know what I mean? Have y'all ever heard that before? Like, somebody's my soulmate, but this is like after like 2 weeks of being together, and you know what I mean? You're only looking at the positive thing and not necessarily looking at the full context of that particular connection, because there could be, you know what I mean, things within there in that connection that, are harmful, that look like manipulation, control, gaslighting, all the things. So
I
yeah,
want to ask this because
yeah,
when you were
yeah.
talking, what it could look like and what it might not be, you're absolutely correct. I wrote this down to check your roots. Does this person energy feed your wholeness or your wounds?
Jesus.
Oh, check your roots. Let me write
Check your roots.
Oh, that's good.
Is it feeding does this person's energy feed your wholeness or your wounds? So in that aspect, what you're saying, if they are saying you're my everything, is that part of your wholeness of who you are, or is that covering for something that has happened to you?
It's covering. It's probably covering.
We know it's covering.
Yeah.
We need y'all to know
Right.
that it's covering
It's
something.
covering.
Check your roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is something. I mean, because what person don't want to hear things like that, right? We all want to be loved. We all want to be included. We want to be accepted. And the moment we have somebody to step in and start doing stuff like that we ain't seen before, or maybe we've never had it at that level, you're in a whole other world.
Cloud nine.
Okay? Just floating. Just floating.
Praying, God, I don't want this to end.
Right.
But I think we go deeper into that, and sometimes when you are being love bombed and all this stuff is rushing at you, you're caught up in the moment. But you have to stop for a minute and say, let me get grounded for a minute and look at other things beyond that.
Yeah.
Go deeper than what's just being presented. Pay attention to the red flags that may be there that you can't see past in the beginning. And if this person is doing things from an ulterior motive standpoint, that's when you may start realizing that you're being love bombed. So a person may shower you with all types of gifts and everything, but all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, can you do this for me? But no, I can't. Oh, so you don't like me buying you nice stuff. It's those little slip ups. Or they all of a sudden get angry and pop off. Oh, I don't know where that came from. You know, it can also look like an individual who is willing to do any and every thing for you. And they'll tell you flat out. And sometimes you don't pay attention to it. You know what? I'm going to always take care of you. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. And one day you'll be able to take care of me.
You better listen.
You listen to what's said.
Like, is that what you sow, you shall reap? Is that what you do? I don't think that's biblical.
Yeah. Because, sometimes you will get men and women both, they get caught up in this. Say, you know what, you're doing all this for me. I can't afford to do, oh, don't worry about that. One day you'll be able to, because they may want something out of that. And that's when we have to pay attention to getting to know, number one, who you are, so that you can't be manipulated by a person who is coming in and showing you a false side of themselves. And so I'll kind of show you an example. I don't want to call any names, but that one right there put me through the rucker.
And did.
Yeah.
And did. Look, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. And basically it's like, you will have some individuals, and I say I was one of them. She told me some things she had never experienced before. And I straight up told her, well, if you're with me, I'll make sure you experience that. Well, I haven't been out to eat at a place like this. I took her. But at the same time, I will let her know that this is just who I am. This is no playing games or trying to shower you with stuff ahead of time to blow your mind or whatever. This is just me. But you will see sooner or later, if a person keeps giving, all of a sudden there's going to come a time where they're going to want something back. And I call that setting a trap. One of the easiest ways for you to get someone to a place where they want to be is give them something they never had. If they've never been wined and dined before, they're going to wine and dine you. But in the back of their mind, they got hopes of going somewhere else. You got to be able to dictate that. Because people say nothing in this world is free. Everybody wants something. When they show that to you, you got to believe it.
Yeah. Wow. And I guess I find myself asking this of my clients, especially with seeing couples. Um, I'm going to ask the wife, husband, vice versa. But I ask each one of them, let your partner respond. What is love to you? So I know you asked us what it is to us, but we want you all to think about that too. What does love look like to you? Who mirrored love for you? Because there could be what we, was kind of sharing where you think it's love, especially if it wasn't mirrored for you, but it's actually dysfunction, it's hardship, it's division, it's negativity, it's draining. That's not love. And then it seems like what happens to me is as we begin to grow as a people, for those who allow themselves to grow, mature, become healthy, it changes. So what love may have been for me when I was uh, 18, just joining the military, is not what it is for me as a 47-year-old woman. Because as we were saying in a previous show, we grow, we change. So what does love mean to you? Do you find yourself in this cycle where you're constantly being love bombed? Because we know, FCC, y'all don't start tripping with us in the rest of the alphabet. But when you speak about a bomb, it's not usually a good thing. Now, we might say it in colloquialisms. Oh, girl, you the bomb. Now we ain't talking about that type of bomb. But just in general, when it comes to bombs, they usually destroy, very destructive, will damage things, so think about that, because somebody, I feel in my shondo, is saying, this is the cycle that I'm in. Or they say this. These counselors know this. This pretty much, y'all don't say it like this, but this is what we say. You dating the same person and different people.
Whew. Okay.
I just had a quick thought.
Go
Quick
ahead.
thought.
Go ahead.
Bombs unearth things.
Ooh,
Hence,
child.
wounds, deeper wounds. We'll get on that in a little bit. Go
Oh,
ahead.
We need some
I
oxygen.
feel like we should just stick in that.
Yes,
But
that's good.
bombs unearth things. Now think about it. When a person loves bombs, and y'all have said this already, I'm just going to say it in a different way. When a person loves bombs, they're speaking to the wound in the person, right? And they're unearthing, they're bringing up the very thing that harmed them or that trapped them, I would say.
Okay.
Right? In the first place. Are y'all with me? Think about it.
I'm visualizing as you're talking. I'm visualizing what's going
on. Let me just take it back to here. So when love bombing happens, because the human brain, and I said this a little bit earlier, because the human brain or the body craves connection, validation, and affection, love bombing actually hijacks those things. It takes consumption, right, of those particular things. So flooding happens. Dopamine and oxytocin, the bonding hormones, they mix, right? And so it shows up, right, in us, in our actions, in our acceptance of whatever, the love bomber, may be presenting. It creates a fast sense of intimacy and security, and it sets up dependency on that person, on that the love bombing actions. But bottom line is their love bombing, their bombing unearths the wound that we experience. I know I said a lot.
Okay.
Right? But that bomb, their bombing unearths the wound. So if I didn't have or receive love and affection, you know what I mean, from mom, right? In that particular relationship, because I'm going to take that wound, because it wasn't healed, I'm taking that wound into this relationship. And so when that individual imparts, brings about, creates, gives all of the things that I did not have with mom, they're speaking to that wound, right? And so the love bombing
So, and I'm
unearths even more.
I'm
Does that make
following
sense?
you. Yeah, I'm following you because I wanna ask, because the way I'm making it make sense is in my mind is that when that happens, then are we saying then that part of you, that womb that is in you, is craving or calling out more for that type of attention, and so it's being fed, but it's also pulling at. I hope I'm making this make sense, y'all. Like what you're saying that the wound that we have already
Sustained
sustained.
experience.
It's already in us. When someone love bombs us, it awakens that wound, and now we're getting something that we didn't have, that we thought we needed in order to try to cover that particular wound. So the more I get it, the more I crave it? It's almost like a sugar type of craving. It's how I'm picturing it in my mind. Like I keep going after it because I need it more and more and more of it to try to cover this thing. So is it just on the person doing the love bombing, or is it also on the person who's being love bombed?
It's both, in a sense.
Duality.
Yeah, it's both. So this is the way I look at it. And if you think about, I'm gonna go a lot of different ways for that. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody or get outside the lines of professionalism, but the pimp and the prostitute. A lot of times when it comes to sex trafficking, pimps, things of that nature, what they will do is they will seek out individuals who are lacking in an area and then start to give them things in that area that they lack in to draw them in. It's a trap. Now, once they've got you there and you like that, now they say, oh, but this is what you're about to start doing. Oh, well, I can't do that. Well, how else do you think you can, I can keep giving you these clothes, these jewelry, this fine cars and this, that, and other. Now you are hooked because that's what you wanted, but that person wanted control, duality. And they will continue to do that. They will guilt trip. They will gaslight. They'll give you the silent treatment. It's a whole bunch of stuff that they will do when they are in the process of that because they want to keep you where you're at. So then let's go back again. When you said this, you said sometimes you have to feed it even more. It's no different than building up your, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like using drugs or alcohol. You go and you drink something or you do a drug to get a high. Every time you come down off of that high, if you want to do it again, you may need a little bit more because your tolerance is building up. So if I was a pimp and I started off with one female, now I got you where I need you to be. Now I can only control you so far, but I got you. Now I'm going to exert that control over here. And I'm going to have two. Now it's going to be 3, 4. Now I got a whole empire, but I'm still going.
That pimp and the prostitute. So I went, y'all, at its darkest.
Right.
Love bombing mirrors this exploitation
Absolutely.
cycle. It's initial seduction, like you said, pull you in, then control, then discard. So seduce, control, discard.
Absolutely.
The love bombing is strategy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. But going right along with that whole pimp and the prostitute thing, because what you just said, when you said that you got one, and we always, Lord forgive me, but you know how you're the main chick, and then when you stop doing whatever it is, or he finds someone else new, he grooms and brings them in. Now you are no longer the main one, so you've been discarded. You're still being used, but you've been discarded.
Wow.
So he goes in and seduces somebody else, controls them, and then discards them as he builds.
And now y'all all fighting to try to be the main chick again.
Oh.
Yeah.
And see, and that's the one that gets me, because what we have to understand, love bombing, while we may be talking about it in the context of relationships, maybe between a man or a woman, love bombing happens in a lot of other different relationships as well. When you start talking about cults, they go after individuals that are less fortunate, that are missing something. They ask them, what is it that you need? And why are you out here by yourself? Oh, we've got a place for you to take you in. Gangs, they do the same thing.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna say this. Some people may get mad, but it's just what I've seen, and everybody's not like this. Sometimes that pimp comes from the pulpit. Because what they will do is, when you're coming down there for prayer, this ain't everywhere. You come down for prayer, you tell them exactly what you're lacking in your husband or your wife, and then they show up with everything and bomb you with that.
Jesus.
Now y'all fighting in the church like seen
There
on
you go.
TikTok, but let me leave that alone.
And so that's why it's so important. I don't care who you are.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
You have to get to a point in your life where you get to love yourself first.
Yeah.
Because when you love yourself first, you don't need anybody to shower you with all this other stuff. The other stuff becomes an addition to. So, and I'm gonna give you guys just a quick story. I remember Shannon and I were dating, and I told her, I said, hey, what are you doing? She said, I'm not doing anything. I said, well, get dressed. I'm coming to pick you up and taking you out to eat. She was like, really? I said, yeah. So I showed up down there. This first thing she said, you taking me out to eat looking like that? Because I was a sports attire type person. So Dallas Cowboys outfit, gold chain, Dallas Cowboy hat. I said, but I'm taking you out to eat. So we get in the vehicle, we're driving, and she's literally doing this. I'm like, what's wrong? She said, you just passed up, I don't know how many restaurants. Where are we going? I said, I'm taking you to a restaurant. She said, well, we just went Burger King, McDonald's. I said, that's not a restaurant. She told me, well, I've never been to anything outside. Nobody has ever dated me. I said, well, if you're with me, that's what I'm going to do. Took her to a restaurant. This is where I had to work hard at, because she was giving me a hard time. Took her somewhere where she couldn't read the menu. The menu was in a foreign language that I spoke that she didn't. Now I'm showing her, I want you to see that you can depend on me without any reservation and without me thinking, or you thinking that I want something from that. Now, on the way back, I straight up told her, girl, I love you. She was like, how you gonna love me this fast?
You don't even know me.
That's what I said, but it's just a feeling I have. And I said,
Right.
but if you keep rolling with me, maybe you'll see it. We got down the road, and this train went across the track, and it was just going. And she was getting tired of watching track. She leaned over me. She said, boo. I'm boo now, huh? Right? But what I was doing at that point was being nice to her. You present yourself to show a person how they should be treated, but then you always have to come back, and this is going to be the key. If you want to get yourself out of love bombing, there always has to be a no. As much as they're giving, and you're saying yes, say no one time and see how that person reacts.
Yeah.
And if they have a big problem with that, they may be love bombing you.
And that's the thing too, where I was thinking about love bombing, and how you were saying too, with the even pastors in the pulpit and things like that. They often prey on weak people, or people with weak relational foundations. So somebody who doesn't have we talked about this, unmet childhood needs, lacks affirmation. So the foundation is lacking. It's not there. This is how pimps are able to get young people to follow them, because they provide something that they didn't
never
have.
Right.
So it they prey on that. So you have to, if you know who you are, then you know where you may lack certain things. You fulfill that yourself. Instead of waiting for someone else to do it for you. That's the thing out with clients as well. And I've always asked myself this too. If you're going to make a list, make sure you can fulfill it before you go and require somebody else to. So if I got a list of all these things I feel like I need in order to be loved, am I doing it for myself? And if I'm not doing it for myself, I can't expect anybody else to do it.
Absolutely.
Right. You know, I mentioned this in probably the first season, but we definitely want y'all to finish watching the show. But if you're taking notes, what I'm about to say speaks to exactly what we're saying. And if you don't see it in yourself, think about your children. If you have children, different things like that, how people will prey on people. So the lady's name is Toni, Tonid Rivera, tells her story of surviving sex human trafficking. Look up The Breakfast Club, Tony D. Rivera Breakfast Club, and watch that. Um, what I'm hearing all you all say, and what comes to my mind is that a person has to know, again, identity themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I have to know me. I have to be honest with myself to see where my love foundation started. I really have to be honest with myself. We will sugarcoat stuff. So we were talking about relationship, but the familial love, because I know right before we came on, she was sharing something about that. But even like in family, if you don't have that family love, it's so easy for people to take advantage. So that which we often lack in our childhood in one way or another, when we find out that, oh, I thought this was normal because this is how we came up. And like I was saying, when I went to the military, I was telling one of our military brothers, like, once I went to the military, I'm stationed in Germany. I ain't barely been out of Oklahoma. These people speaking a different language. I had to take a couple of planes to get there. It was just a lot. But then I was like, wait a minute. This is how things are supposed to be? And sometimes when people come in and they love bomb or gaslight or manipulate, we may think that is love because our mama, our daddy, our aunties, our cousins, they manipulated us. This was normal in our family. So we just go with the same narrative. And then we end up being with somebody who's just like our family, which may not be functional and healthy. And so then when you have a good person, because people say this a lot, oh, I had, let me make it make sense. I got to make it plain because it's in my head. Think about somebody that's in a relationship with someone. I may have come from a dysfunctional upbringing, but they are amazing. They're not trying to love bomb me. They're just trying to, show me that they love me. They want to be with me and all that. But because I'm not healed, healthy, and whole, then I think something is wrong with you. So let's go on, because we've seen this a lot in the military. We ain't tell the military business, but we've seen it. But then when that person is no longer with you because you can't, and they a good person, y'all get a divorce and then they go marry someone else. So then their marriage is working. And people will say, why is their marriage working? It didn't work when he was with me. First of all, sis, you might want to start off to say what was wrong with you in the first place. In love. In love. I'm trying to be as professional as I can, but I be telling the truth. My identity. Why are you getting mad? Because you had a good thing and you lost it. Come on now. Come on, choir. I mean, you getting mad. You had a good thing. But instead of saying, wow, this person was a good person, then I turn around and I get mad. But that goes back to your love foundation. That goes back to your roots. We're not trying to come for your family. But what did your mama, your daddy, or whoever she said that in caregiver. Whoever your caregiver is. What did you learn from them? And it's okay if it was dysfunctional. Just don't continue to function in a dysfunction. Go and get you a counselor, get you some healing, and help change the narrative of that. But it definitely starts with you and your own identity. You can't blame the good man or the good woman that you lost. Sorry, but I'm going to hold your hand when I say this.
Yeah.
That was on you.
And, I think a lot of times because so many things are coming to you and you're overwhelmed with this individual that's love bombing you, you have to slow things down and look at the pace of everything. All right, just met this individual. They already gave me a ring, talking about buying a car, moving in with each other. Okay, hold on. Let me just slow this down for a moment and see why are we going through this. Reevaluate your boundaries and say, am I stepping over my own personal boundaries just for this other individual that I'm probably not even married to yet? All right. And then the third thing is we all have this thing called intuition. Listen to what your gut is saying. Listen to other people. Don't be afraid to go to somebody and say, you know what, Jimmy, I met this girl the other day and man, she's just all over me. Every time we go out, she holding my hand. She buying me something to eat. I didn't have no clothes to go to church with. She bought me a whole wardrobe full of clothes. Wait, and y'all known each other how long? Right there.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Start listening to things like that. Then the biggest thing I would tell you is this one. and a lot of people would not do this. And once again, it leads back to Nikki's niche is knowing your identity. You got to recognize your vulnerabilities. Why is somebody giving you every single thing that you lack? See, I'm a hunter. If I know a deer ain't got nothing to eat and I'm throwing corn, I'm bringing them in for the trap. And that's exactly what men, women, and groups of individuals will do is give you everything that you desire, because in a minute you're going to be trapped and you stuck like Chuck after that.
Y'all know what just came to me, and I want to, because you said some things about listening to what your body, your mind is telling you. And I also want people to think about, listen to the words that the person is saying you.
Yes.
But the movie that came to mind for me, and I just seen his face all over, Martin Lawrence in The Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
Yes.
Woo, if that wasn't love bombing.
Yes.
He love bombed the mess out that woman. And look at what happened to him.
Me.
So I
Think
want
you
you
gonna leave me?
Right.
But I want you all to also think about the things that that people are saying to you that could be love bombing, and then you think, "Oh my God, he's just so in love with me." Or no, I just check in because I'm worried. We're soulmates. I think you said that earlier.
Yeah.
I've never met someone more beautiful than you. I want to spoil you. When we're married or when we have kids. When I'm with you, I just can't help myself.
Oh, my goodness.
Our love makes me do crazy things.
Does it?
Yeah, because you acting crazy.
Yeah.
I just want to be with you all the time.
Oh.
Red flag.
Mm.
These are things that I feel like we need to start to listen to that are being said that people overlook.
Yes.
They just and it's a choice. You're choosing to overlook it or not hear it because of that wound that's being tended to. The one, and this just tripped me out. It was like when they try to justify what they did or what they might do. So what if I texted this other girl?
Right.
Wait, what? What about the trip I just took you on?
Right.
Come on, we gotta be paying attention. Pay attention. Sometimes
all I've done for
for
you.
you. Yes. So pay attention to
You
those
wouldn't
things.
be nowhere if it wasn't for me.
That one is a big one.
How you gonna make it without me?
Oh.
You know, and what we have to understand is, like Nikki was saying, you have to listen deeper. Listen to the words that are being said. Listen to the tone. Listen to the situations that you are in when people do certain things. And I'll just relate it back to, only thing you gotta do is go back to the Bible. It happened from Genesis to Revelation. You can start off in Genesis. The serpent. Oh, you know, no, it ain't not gonna happen to you if you're going over there and eat that.
He just don't want you to know.
He just don't want to, just classic manipulation. You go on up and you can get to Samson and Delilah. Now, once again, listen to what's saying. Oh, you know what? Where do you get all your strength from? But then they give you giving you alcohol. Where do you get all your strength from? Giving you alcohol. Classic manipulation.
Stroking your ego.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I understand that you got a wife and everything, but let me just go ahead and send you off to war, David. It's so much that's there, and we have to pay attention to those things because we can't get so focused on the feel good that we don't really feel what's really good for us. And sometimes you have to take a step back, give some time and some space, say no to some things, let other people come. Hey, yeah, you know what? I was, you asked me to go out Friday night. I want to, but it's like my best friend, I was going out with her. Well, why don't you come with us? Check to see what that person is about. Because that other person got some intuition too, girl. I mean, yeah, I know he giving you all that, but
It's something about him.
Because the minute you got up from that table, he was all Googling eyeing me.
But you know what I find that people will typically try to do in situations like that, where they know something is off, but the very thing they're going to do is try to fix it. Try to fix the person, try to control the outcome of what's going to happen. Oh, he ain't doing that. And start to tell yourself, you're telling yourself different things and then try to make it seem like it's not what it is. Baby, it's all red. It's in your face. It's blaring. It's right there.
So why do they do that?
Why do they do what? Try to fix it or?
Try to downplay it because they're drawn in so much and they can't deal with the fact that I'm wrong. I don't want to feel like I'm played because now I'm right back at the same situation where I'm at before. And I done got used to being treated a certain way. I can't turn myself around and go back from being that way. And that's why a lot of people will stay in that manipulative relationship. They will continue to have these bad, abusive relationships because they would rather stay there and have a piece of something than to have nothing at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, the other piece
Betty.
with it too, though, is that I know, right? Come on now, look, Shirley. Okay,
Is that you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She went there. I was thinking that.
Geez.
But the thing that I think is interesting too in the love bombing situation is that how you were saying, okay, hey, won't you come along with me and my best friend? You could have the best friend, the parents, the siblings. It's like, hey, he may not be good for you, or she may not. That's not your person.
Right.
That's kids say now. That's not your person. And it's like, because I want to prove you wrong. But this is the reality. You only hurting yourself. You're not hurting the ones who love you that is telling you this is not it. I don't think this is, you might want to tread lightly. You might want to slow down. But you will allow yourself to continue to be hurt, abused, manipulated, all types of things, gaslit, just so you can try to prove yourself wrong to your loved ones who has your best interest in mind. You will even go as far as to get married. And I was thinking about this just real quick. Society. What is it, 30-day fiance, 90-day fiance, something like that?
90.
Okay, I ain't know which days it was, but
it ain't enough days.
Exactly. And so it's like you're jumping out here, man. No knock to the people that do this. That's y'all. Bachelorette stuff. You got like 50 people that's pining after this one person, and I want you to pick me, and I'm in these positions all on the TV that is not godly. May I add, no judgment. And we wonder why people's mindset when it comes to love is so skewed. Because we allow, the word of God tells us, and we're not trying to make this a Bible study. But yeah, we in this world, but we're not of this world. Why are we trying to be so of this world? And then we want, well, my feelings is hurt. Well, it's just going to be me and a bunch of cats. I'm going to stay by myself. Baby, look at your track record. Look at God, I'm mad at you. Because you allowed this person to treat me. God done sent a boat, a helicopter, some flare guns, and you still didn't pay no attention. A whole circus, the Ringling Brothers Circus, the Universal Soul Circus, you still didn't pay no attention. So it's just like, when it comes to love, I don't think that is fair. Now, you do have the manipulative people, so yes, blame them but then you have to take personal responsibility and say, I allowed myself to be a part of that situation. I allowed myself to be manipulated. So this is part of healing and growth. What did you allow yourself to do in reference to the love bombing situation?
That's good. I want to flip this here a little bit because I think when we're looking at the individual that's being love bombed, I want to go back because Richard was saying something really good about the bomb and what it brings out in that person and the person who's doing the love bombing. I think it's important that sometimes we have to stop and slow ourselves down and talk to that person. So let's say me and Shan was dating. I'm love bombing her, giving her all this stuff. So you're doing all this for me. What are you getting? What is it that you need? What do you desire? And now you got to force that person to engage in that conversation. If they can't come up with some decent answers that's hitting not only your ears, but your heart and your mind, it may be time to hit the road. Because eventually what's in them is going to come out. If they're being manipulative, well, hey, look, you know what? I don't know. I just love you. I want you and own you. That's why I'm just giving you all this, that, and the other. Yeah, but what if I've never got anything to give you? What is that conversation going to look like? Sometimes you have to force the hand to get a person to reveal themselves so that you don't have to experience a world of hurt. You know how to just cut that stuff off in the beginning. And I've seen people do this one. I'm pregnant.
Ooh, child. We done
After
seen
all
that.
the
That's for me, neither.
after
Me neither.
all the love bombing and stuff, relations is going on, I'm pregnant. Like, it ain't mine.
Yeah.
Or what do you expect me to do? Oh, see,
Man, I've been with you for a whole 2 months.
not a whole 2 months.
I'm just saying. I mean, it was less than a 90-day fiance.
Yeah.
She said,
Yeah, a shocker will let out a whole
Yeah.
bunch of stuff.
Interesting.
But we've been sold this thing is that we got to rush to get into love, rush to get into the white house with the white picket fence, 2 dogs, a couple of kids, a cat, a nice car. And we haven't been taught to slow down and say, if there's something truly there for you, what God has for you is for you.
Right.
And I don't remember a time in the Bible, I may be wrong because I know you're a Bible scholar, where God had to gaslight somebody for them to get a blessing. Where Jesus had to gaslight somebody to get a blessing. What's for
get a
you
blessing.
is for you.
That is true.
So if a person has to use all these tactics just to hold on to you, there's something that's wrong. Because love will just take some of these things that we all talked about. It will be combined in the effort for both sides in order to get what the relationship needs, not just what one person needs in the relationship.
Right. Mutual.
Mutual, absolutely.
Ooh, as y'all talking, I'm just thinking, and I'm running through my head all the clients I have who are either love bombing or is being love bombed. But I keep going back to what you were saying too, Larisha, about the duality of it all as well, where the love bombing or bomber unearths something from within. And we were talking about that the person is what's in them that is pulling for that. And so I had written down earlier too about the craving. So do you crave intensity because it distracts from emptiness? So if I'm distracted, or yeah, I can distract myself with craving these things over here, even though I know that this person love bombing me is not what I need, is distracting me from what I truly feel. I don't have to feel that. So I don't have to tend to that wound that is being packed over or glazed over, however I'm trying to feel it. I still can distract myself.
Absolutely.
So I wonder, what is it truly about a person who allows themselves to be love bombed? Like you said, it's you're allowing it.
Yeah.
It's a choice because you could stop it. Like you said, you could say no. You could say stop. You could say I don't want this. But I got a question for you all, because I have a person and I know that has told someone who is love bombing them, no, don't do this for me. No, I don't want this from you. No, I can do this on my own. But the person is relentless and keeps coming, keeps showing up, doing things.
Well, it depends on the person's heart, really. And, you have to get to know who that individual is. I use an example. Shan did that with me. She was telling me things that she had never did before, stuff she would like to. Okay, look, I'm going to come pick you up this weekend. We're going to do that. But there were also boundaries that was there. She was straight up telling me, yeah, okay, you're doing all this stuff. I hope you realize ain't nothing happening. Ain't no big issue to me. That's not why I picked you up. You said you want to go shopping. We're going shopping.
So I was thinking about that, and I was trying to figure out how to pitch this in there, how to mention this in the little time we got left. Dang it. But when someone unintentionally love bombs, right? So I'm love bombing, but I didn't know I was, and maybe it's because of an insecurity that I hold.
Yes.
There's something within me that I am trying to reassure myself by doing all of these things for you. Not that I'm even seeking anything from you or want anything from you. This has everything to do with me.
Right.
Everything she said.
Right.
Coming up from the bomb.
Right.
Yeah.
So that duality is just that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. A good example could be like, let's say a husband and wife is married. Wife cheats on the husband. They get divorced. Husband starts dating again. He's going to overcompensate to make sure that this woman doesn't cheat on him. So I'm going to love you and shower you with this because for me, my sense of love is giving you everything that I can potentially give you so that I don't feel unloved like I did in my last relationship.
Even when they don't ask for it.
What I'm hearing is the wounds need to be healed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go back to season 2.
Yeah.
Heal the wounds.
Yeah, definitely.
It might be cheaper if you do that too.
Yeah.
You out here trying to, I mean, I'm just saying, you out here trying to buy trips and diamond rings and all that. You can go to therapy and it might be cheaper.
Oh, I feel like it would be.
I think so.
These trips and concerts,
flights,
and all of this stuff.
You go out to eat right now, did Popeyes, and you paying $80.
Yeah.
So it might be cheaper. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Okay. We have come to the end of another great show.
Hey.
I know, right? Man, this has been something. We have any lasting things that we want to say to the people?
I just want to share something we've all been saying, but I want to just kind of drive the point home.
Okay.
So you were saying slow it down. So I want y'all to pause the pace. Right? Pause the pace. Healthy love builds steadily. Right? It builds steadily. If it feels too fast, step back and observe. Check for consistency. True love shows up over time, not just in the honeymoon stage of the relationship. Set boundaries and rebuild self-trust. You got to do that because if you find yourself in the love bombing situation, some wounds have been unearthed. And so if you're not trusting yourself, you're more apt to receive what they're giving you. So rebuild that self-trust. Healing means learning to trust your instincts again. You mentioned intuition a little earlier. So
Say what I was going to say.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. You got anything? Because I
Last thing, we learned this in the military, back blast area, all clear. Before you fire that rocket, you always look back to make sure there ain't nobody behind you. Some of us get love bombed because we still looking at the stuff that was behind us and it ain't clear yet. We ain't healed.
Well, there you have it. Okay. We thank you all so much for joining us here tonight at Talk Therapy Heal. I pray that something that was said here penetrates your mind, your heart, your spirit, your soul, deep in your soul, that will help you to be able to identify if you are being love bombed or you are the love bomber, and you decide to make a change. If you are watching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and that notification bell. Ding. And if you're listening to us on a podcast, please share. We will see you all next time here at Talk Therapy Heal. Bye.
Bye.